Terrified. It terrifies me.
A recent spike in heroin overdoses, nearly 100 in the last week alone, have Lori Arion fearing for her daughter's life.
I would love to get high. I would. You know, I'm a drug addict. That's what I do best.
April is 22 years old, and she's been using heroin for the last 6 years. In those years, she says she's lost about a dozen friends.
Overdose. I just had one of my friends die, I think, yesterday morning, and she left 4 kids behind.
Officials suspect a batch of heroin laced with elephant tranquilizers is to blame for the latest string of overdoses. But April says that's not enough to scare away regular users.
When you are addicted to heroin, when you're using, you don't care about dying. You're just chasing the next high. And for a lot of people, hearing that there is a souped up strain of dope on the streets, that's actually appealing.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Because you stop getting high. That's why they call it chasing it, because you stop getting high. You're staying well, you're staying not sick. So when you hear that somebody's overdosed, or you hear about these crazy new drugs, you know, you're thinking like, well, all right, it's about time. I'm trying to get high. I mean, that's all you've been trying to do.
So that means that with this new strain of heroin that's cut with an elephant tranquilizer,
I am very sure that there are heroin addicts who are actively looking for it and thinking that the people that are dying are doing it wrong. They're doing too much. They're not, you know what I mean? They're just thinking that they're going to find a way to get really high and not die. Or if they die, they don't really care. But they're definitely looking for it. I would be.
My son's on drugs, and I think he's overdosing. I think he's overdosed.
Okay, is he awake?
No, he's awake, but barely.
He's not breathing.
Okay, what's he ODing on?
Heroin, I guess it's fentanyl.
This firehouse in Cincinnati responded to nearly 24 overdoses in a single day last week, more than 10 times their daily average. And they don't know when the calls will stop coming in. But April's mom is worried about a different type of call.
You know, we hear an ambulance, and we always wonder if it's someone that we know or for our child. And that's something that we live with every day. You know, we go to bed at night wondering if we're going to get that phone call.
April and her mom know better than anyone how difficult the struggle with opioid addiction is.
I'll do any drug you put in front of me. So it's definitely a struggle. It's really hard.
It's difficult because we can't love them out of it, you know. So we love them so much, and there's nothing that we can really do for them.
April says getting sober is a daily struggle, but in her eyes, not using heroin is progress, even if other drugs are taking its place.
I'm definitely not. I wouldn't say I'm using, but I've used twice since I've been out. I've been out for a month, so.
How has heroin changed your life?
Well, I'm 22. I just did 11 months incarcerated. I'm back on probation with more time on the shelf. When in reality, I mean, I probably should have been applying for med school this summer. You know, that was what I wanted to do. That's where I should have been.
Rachel Crane, CNN, Cincinnati.